Hello there, my fellow citizens. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Frostpunk 2 Frost Harbor, Episode 5, Violence in the Growing City. We have a pretty diverse energy makeup for our Ironhome colony here. So what I'm going to do is, we don't really need to adjust very much in the way of resources. But the advantage is we don't really have to import oils anymore because of the coal and because of the coal and geothermal makeup. So here, as you can see, the generator is using the geothermal gases and the coal. And what I need to do is have a fuel stockpile hub. Ideally put it somewhere where it could get benefits both of these sections, so that we can start stockpiling coal, because we don't really have room to stockpile coal. So let's do that. And then we will have achieved a pretty decent level of stability here in Ironhome. And we can scale it up after the whiteout, but I'm not going to scale it up before. Okay, cool. So now we have stockpile of up to 50k coal. So we're stockpiling coal to help us during the whiteout in Ironhome. And everything else in Ironhome is completely balanced and stable. So we can return back to focusing on Frost Harbor, which has been held a little bit hostage. The good news is the materials deficit is mostly resolved. And I can set up untreated sawmills to increase the amount of materials that we get to balance the budget. And then to just need to solve the housing issue by building 2 more housing districts or expanding what we already have. Bohemians suggest building at least 1 salvaging factory? Sure. Can do. That's actually not bad. That will help produce more goods to make up for the goods deficit. So that's a request that they had that I agree with. The protest just dispersed, so trust has been rebuilt. I'm also going to hold mind-shaping sessions to help drive more people to the Bohemians faction, and perhaps even promote them, so that more people join their faction and they have more seats on the council. Because when I build the salvaging factory, they're going to like me even more, so I might as well just lean into it. We have a nice stockpile of coal, but I think growing that stockpile for the upcoming storm would be wise. But I am going to stop collecting tar from the tar pits so that I can start to explore adjacent zones to Frost Harbor, because we really need cores. But this crevasse field is too dangerous, so I'm going to try to find cores somewhere that isn't going to kill my exploration team. Ooh, another materials outpost, and a deep one too. Come on, where are the cores? Oh, cores in this hill. Good. Done. Potentially. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but you know, that's the theory. So let's try to fix the deficits we have here at home. We're probably going to need to put up another hothouse, because we have a bit of a food shortage. Oh, but look, we have a materials surplus due to the new sawmill. Awesome. So once I get 200 prefabs, I can set up another housing district to try to get those unhoused people housed. And there's a proposal now for the efficiencies bonus put forth. Only really the overseers want this. I'll recruit you to the council, but it almost doesn't matter how many people you agree with. How many of you guys agree with this? There's so few people in the in Frosthome that like this idea, or in Frost Harbor, sorry, that it will pass. But you're welcome to vote for it if you want. No, you were split. 3-3. It's not going to pass. No way.
The noes have it.
You negotiated with the overseers, causing the Bohemians to radicalize. I think what I'm going to do is promote them once it's off cooldown in 33 weeks, instead of trying to de-radicalize them, which will help, which reduces their faction numbers. I don't want to reduce their faction numbers anymore. Oh, shoot. I built the untreated sawmill on the wrong node. That was dumb. Oh, well. I meant to build it on the vast node, not the not vast node. Rip. I can always build another. So they want me to build a salvaging factory. I'll consider. Laborers admire your leadership. So they're offering to de-radicalize. So I can say, hey, I'm going to pass on this. So they're offering to de-radicalize the Bohemians, but, like, I don't want that. I'd rather promote the Bohemians and decrease their fervor that way instead. But thank you, laborers. I mean, that's very kind of you. I just don't want to shrink the Bohemians faction if I can help it. Let's see. I have 150 heat stamps. What I was hoping to do... Oh, I did need a new housing district. So I think that takes precedent over anything else that I was going to build. And let's build that here, adjacent to the generator. Adjacent to that housing district. And then starting to move towards this housing district. So it's easy to heat. The other thing that we could consider, depending on how fast Ironhome is filling up its fuel stockpiles, it's not that fast. I was going to consider exporting fuel, coal specifically, from Ironhome to Frost Harbor, but there isn't that kind of access, so I won't be doing that. So I'm still trying to, like, fix the domestic issues here, knowing that there's, like, a whiteout very close on the horizon, and I'm worried about it. But we do have a very cooled down generator. And I could always... yeah. What I'm really hoping is that we get cores before then, so that I can deep tap the coal. But, seeing that... yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a little sketchy this time around too, I think. I tried to rush the materials outpost, but
a well-made coat
it put me in a bad position for the storm.
Style.
But I'll try to rise to the challenge. All right. Who is demanding this? Oh, press here to start viewer poll. Okay. So an increasing number of people are choosing not to work and live off free essentials. Provided that there is no work to be had, nobody should stay idle or keep providing free essentials. So providing more free essentials is more effective in increasing trust, but lowers our workforce. Changing it so that it is less effective in increasing trust, but layabouts will return to work. I also don't see that the poll is... Oh, okay, yeah, no, I see it. Purple. Got it. Yeah. Layabouts return to work seems to be the popular option by a long shot, so let's do that. So free essentials is less effective, but doesn't encourage unemployment. Seems pretty reasonable. If you're able to work, you work. If you're not able to work, you can go on disability. That's pretty good compromise, I think. Oh man, is our teams going to be able to do that survey that I want them to do for cores before the storm hits? I don't know. They're done in 11 weeks. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. The other thing I could do is let's try to save up for heating hubs using excess materials in order to heat. Yeah. And is there any other are there any other resources that we found that we can collect before the storm comes in? I think we've collected them all. Everything left is just people. And yeah, I don't need people. Okay. So to that end, let's go ahead and shrink the workforce here. And I was hoping to build the salvaging factory. Feels a little weird to shrink the workforce to be able to grow the workforce, but the salvaging factory was asked for by the Bohemians, so I'm gonna do that. Trust rises. Promoting the faction is still on a 22-week cooldown. But now our goods are in surplus. And I think I am going to work to shutter this facility. So now that we have materials in surplus too. Because I'm not going to be doing a lot of construction, given that there's a whiteout on the horizon. So I'd prefer to solve some of the domestic issues instead. So the domestic issues would be trying to get heating hubs. Oh god, that is effective. Oh, what good plan. Look at that. Hell yeah. Build the hell out of that. Getting a heating hub to reduce our heating costs so that we can survive this upcoming storm. I need a few more prefabs for one more heating hub, but yeah, that was great. The other thing we could try to do is community service. We can pass for heat pipe watch, which is proposed by the laborers. I'm going to let you vote on the council too. And this reduces heating demand a little bit Not super effective, but given what we're heading towards, another whiteout, it might be enough to tip the scales in our favor. I don't know if I want to... No, I'll negotiate for it. And I'm going to negotiate with the machinists. And the machinists, I will say... I will grant them agenda. It's not a lot for it. Just the laborers and machinists. The overseers absolutely don't want it. The Bohemians are going to vote for it. I don't think I'm going to do any more negotiations. I'm just going to let this ride. So this might not pass. But you guys voted for it. You're trying to help me out here, knowing that the storm is on the horizon, but this still might fail. Ooh! It passed! It passed! Bribing! Thank you for the resub. So heating demands are going to go down a little bit. Machinists, I said I would grant agenda, so there we go. And this should reduce the amount of heating needs a little bit. It's a tiny, it really isn't much, as you can see. Well, hopefully it tips the scales in my favor. What was the last thing I wanted to do? Oh, right. The other heating hub. So we need one more prefab and 40 more heat stamps. Okay, I have the prefabs. I just need the heating stamps for it. Because I think these heating hubs are... I left holes in our housing districts so that these heating hubs could be, like, super effective. Oh, yes. So, like, this heating hub here, if we take a look at the heating and fuels, this is getting a minus 140 modifier. Minus 140, minus 160, minus 180. Yeah. Those are some nice stacked modifiers. For when the storm wallops us. Oh, we finished. Okay, come on. Give me a core. Yes, salvage the core. Go, run. The storm is coming. Go. And the other one is a coal mine, which I'm not going to create a path for because, like, it's going to be overrun by the storm. What I could try to do is... No, there's no way I can afford a trail path this long. So... The storm is already overtaking Ironhome, and it's already overtaken this oil derrick. I'm not going to invest in the coal mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to shutter the facilities themselves to save heat costs. $26 weeks of food is not a lot of food. So I think I'm going to temporarily start manufacturing more prefabs so that I can get another farm going. Because I'm a little bit worried about, like, running out of food. Let's take a look at Ironhome. See how that's doing. Okay. Ironhome is in 22 weeks of fuel left. So... I'm going to keep it afloat for now by importing coal from Frost Harbor. I hope that this is the right approach. So now it's not in a coal deficit. And the other thing I can do here is reduce the extraction district a little bit and reduce the housing a little bit. Which house is more expensive? This one. So it dehomes a few people, but the idea behind that is then to expand the coal extraction. So they're extracting more of their own coal. So that I don't have to export fuel from... Yep. I don't have to export as much fuel from Frost Harbor to Ironhome. And as soon as that expands, that number will get kicked up a little bit more. Cool. Quite literally cool. I'm going to go light blue. Storm is incoming. It's not quite... It hasn't hit Frost Harbor yet. But it's going to. It's gonna. And I'm really hoping those explorers make it back with the cores, because that will allow me to then deep drill this coal seam and continue harvesting coal ramped up a lot to survive this whiteout. Because I have a pretty decent amount of stockpile fuel, but like, doesn't hurt to be over-prepared. Because our oil extraction here is about to go dead. Oh! Why? Why? Oh my god. Why? Game. 2,300 people just immigrated like a week before the storm. God. That... I guess feeding them is my highest priority, but what the hell? What the friggity hell? Come on, bring that core back. Yeah, that was an oof. That was a big oof. These heating hubs I'm going to turn off for now, because the houses around here don't have fuel costs for the most part. But as soon as the storm hits, I'll turn those back on. I should have had them off the whole time. I just didn't think about it. Alright, so the coal extraction... Ooh, it's really good. The coal extraction now is a net positive, I think? Let's take a look. Not a net positive, but if I don't... There. So we have 65 weeks of coal here. And it's already negative 80 in Frostholm. Yeesh. Time to get out of there. A lot of can teleport. There's, like, not a lot I can do about the housing problem, other than to potentially, like, the overseers like the dense housing blocks. I don't like them because the disease, it says it's slightly increased, but that's a lie. It increases diseases a lot. So if I was going to propose housing blocks at all, it would probably be the generic ones, rather than the subsidized ones. The subsidized ones house more people, but they are subsidized with heat stamps. And I kind of value heat stamps. It's kind of nice to have heat stamp income, so. Here we go. I think the explorers are going to get back in time with the core, and I will implement the core into the resource deposit. Also, I'm going to try to make a promise to the machinists. No. I was hoping the machinists would ask for me to build a deep drill. Let's see if I can't make a promise to the overseers. They might ask me to build a deep drill. No, they don't. What the hell? Can someone ask me to build a deep drill? Laborers, would you? No. Fine. No deep drills. Whatever. Whatever. I wanted to get paid for the drill I'm about to build. So the core did get back in time. And that allows me to build a deep melting drill at the coal plant. I'm going to turn off the other... because we don't need anyone outside now. Oh, no, that's not true. Oh, yeah, the tar pits are still extracting. Stop. I don't know who's actually working out there. And we're essentially turtling for the winter. For the whiteout. Okay, here we go. I have a lot of homeless, so I think some people are going to freeze to death. Because we had a bunch of people immigrate right before this storm. Overdrive. I'm not going to be building anything, so I'm going to shift my production facilities back to goods. And then all of the production facilities making prefabs are going to shut down for heat. So I'm keeping it paused for a second so that I can do that. Is that effective? Yeah, oh my god. Look at the difference. Heating demand's 20. Yep, let's turn those on. Some of the heating demands... Oh, this is crazy. The heating demand for this housing district is 0. It's a -80 whiteout, and it doesn't need to be heated externally. I'm also going to turn off the research facilities, because they require a fair bit of heating, and I don't need to be researching anything during this whiteout. In fact, I don't even have research queued up right now. So we'll hit both of those, turn those off, because I'm trying to stretch the coal as much as I can. Ironhome. You have 60 weeks of coal? I'm going to send you some extra coal. No, you know what? No, cancel that, because I don't want people going out in the winter. Alright. Make goods. And turn on make goods. Only a little bit. There we go. So now we have enough goods and materials. Get a little bit more materials so we don't have a shortage. So the shortages have been managed. So then the other issue that we're going to immediately face is the homeless one. So I'm looking around to see where I can build an effective housing. So I could build pretty effective housing if I frost break right here, because we'll have adjacency to this. Or actually, if I have housing that runs here, it will hit this heating. So I'll frost break this area to build housing running along the cliffside, so that the heating hub can hit it, because the heating hub has a double wide effect. So there's a lot of people that are getting pretty frozen right now. I'm hoping to help them soon. So one heating house. I'll also start expanding the other districts. And frost breaking to open up the avenues for more expanding. Our food sucks a big one. That's another thing that got tabled, was the additional food extraction. So I'm going to have to do that now, and it's going to be hard to heat that, but we're going to starve otherwise. It's real bad. We only have 4 weeks of food. I could build a hothouse here to boost it, but I can't afford it at the moment because of heat stamp shortage. We're doing our best. We're in the deep blue now. So we're running out of coal in 86 weeks. I think that's enough coal to last. What else can I shut down? Oh, oil. Yeah. So this is an anti-oil storm. So of the 75 extraction, we're losing 60 of it to the storm. So forget that entirely. It lowers our total lasting, but it also reduces our material needs significantly. There's no point in keeping it up. Oh, shoot. Because of the really expensive food district, we don't have the prefabs anymore to build the house. So I'm going to have to pivot goods production to prefabs to try to get the house up so that we don't have, like, mass death due to freezing. Oh, and this frickin' district just broke to the storm. So everyone that was living here just got displaced. Heh, that sucks. Okay, there's going to be a big old goods shortage. Because I need prefabs to repair that, like, yesterday? Ironhome, how are you doing? Ironhome is a bit of a food shortage. So hunger's growing. I'm going to import a little bit more food. And export a little bit more materials. Not to perfectly balance it, but just to equalize it a little bit more so that food hunger needs is not growing. But they're doing better than Frost Harbor. Frost Harbor is getting nuked by the storm. Yeah, I'm fixing it, dude. I'm fixing it. It's funny that it blames squalor. It's absent. It's only growing. Okay, we have food. It's not nearly enough. I could do emergency shifts. It would hurt trust, but I think it's worth it in this case. Because I think the hit to the loss of hunger would be worse. God, where's our food going? Just, we have a big population and a lot of people not working. Which is honestly the problem. And that's... I don't have the prefabs to expand that one. But I will when I can. I also don't have the prefabs for the housing district, but, like... I don't know. Alright, they want me to vote on machine-centric shifts to reduce work requirements. That's just dumb. So I'm not even going to recruit you guys for voting. Because I have a lot of extra people that aren't working. I don't need more extra people that aren't working.
The votes are in. The measure fails.
Alright, so I am trying to ramp up food production to meet demand. It's not quite there yet, but it's heading in the right direction. There's a little bit more food to tap here. And I think I'm going to tap the food rather than try to build the house. The problem is, for every hothouse that I build, I need to heat them. So I'm growing food, but creating a coal problem. Right? It's kind of a zero sum. But I'd rather not people starve. So for the food district, I need a little bit... There we go. Okay. God, the wind's at 150 knots. Yikes. Alright, crime is something that I could actually work towards. I don't have an active research, though. I think I'm going to try to solve hunger first. And now I have a bunch of prefabs banked, I can transition back to goods to reduce crime. So things are looking a little bit more balanced in the budget now. Food's about to get benefited. All right. It's not perfect, but we bridged a significant gap of food. There was a much bigger gap than that. So the last thing to do is the housing district. And I was going to run it here to get the heating hub. And then expand it once to get additional adjacencies to this heating this district. I have more credits, so I can keep expanding other housing districts as well if there's any to be expanded. So I think this one can expand, but I would need prefabs. Oh, man. All right. This factory I turned off. I lied. Make prefabs. And if I could make another untreated sawmill, I would. I would just need more prefabs. Chicken and the egg there. I meant to build it in that district in the first place anyway. Okay. I'm closing the gap with the housing problem. That will keep it a little bit warmer. There. I have one whole... Oh, good. Bohemians de-radicalized on their own. Thank you for tuning in to Frostpunk 2 Frost Harbor, which originally streamed live on Twitch September 21st. Frost Harbor was cut from the second half of the marathon. In the first half I covered the story, and the second half was a Utopia called Frost Harbor. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow harbormen.